This is my review on The Dark Knight Rises from 2012. The final installment in the Nolan trilogy. Supposedly this is going to be the last one. I'm honestly confused by the end of this movie after we finish wrapping up a little because I'm not sure if he wanted to end the trilogy on this note or, continue it where this ended. I'm not really sure, to be honest with you, okay? I'm still confused if you want to do another one or just end it here, okay? Look, I didn't look at the commentary or the special features, so I don't really know that much about this version of the movie, okay? So, of his intentions. So, The Dark Knight Rises takes years. It takes years, 12 years later after the events of the Dark Knight ended on, where Batman takes the fall for Harvey's crimes, so that way his reputation doesn't get tarnished, and criminals will get on the loose, running rampant. So due to Batman taking the blame, Harvey dies as a hero, and the public eye, he really was anything but the opposite in the end of the events of the Dark Knight. And so, but the public doesn't know that. Batman and Gordon know that, though. And Alfred, too, and Fox, there's those people, So Batman has been retired for 12 years, has done nothing as Batman or as outside the character as Bruce Wayne, and he hasn't seen anybody or stepping outside the Wayne Manor in 12 years. So nobody knows what's happened to Batman or Bruce Wayne. Yet you didn't figure out that Batman and Bruce Wayne are the same person. Like, nobody ever said, hey, it's a little odd how Bruce Wayne, disappears around the same time Batman seemed to disappear and stop coming out of hiding, Now they're both in hiding. You think, someone would, besides Robin, I'm not kidding you. His legal name's Robin. Not sure if he's intended to be the Boy Wonder or Batman 2.0 in training like Batman Begins did by the end of the movie, because I'm a little confused because by the direction, it ends like he's going to take on the mantle of Batman, but then it says his legal name's Robin. That's supposed to be a hint. It's supposed to be like a little nod to the comic character of Robin from the comics. But it was awfully on the nose, I thought. An awkward nose. Like, you couldn't think of a better way to... Like, he didn't try to incorporate that name, the Robin name in clever at all. He just didn't try at all. Whoever wrote that in the script didn't give a fuck about Robin. Or at all. And making it stupid. The whole thing, The fact that's not his legal name. Okay. So, how the Dark Knight ends like Batman going, like, it kind of ends like, you assume Batman was going to continue being Batman, but no, he retired right after, on the night of the Dark Knight ended. and does nothing with his life, so basically he's a fucking loser now. Our hero, everybody. Because wanna know what he's doing? He's literally sitting in his own sitting in his own mansion, not living a life, and just feeling sorry for himself. And giving the whole what is me pity party. The definition of a sore loser. This is our hero, everybody. These are the highlights of being Batman. When you're tugging down the Joker and Two-Face in one night, and you're taking the hate for all the murders of one of the villains, you fuck your own life up when you take the fall for someone else's crimes. In every way possible and socially. So it makes you wonder, why is Batman a detective in this universe? Considering he uses very little common sense in these situations, you know? You know how the Dark Knight showed Batman was kind of an idiot? Well, here, he's really idiot when it comes to try and figure out stuff out, you know? Of course, I guess that's what happens when you become a couch potato for the past 12 years. And be a cripple and not do anything other than being in a fucking mansion all day. Even Alfred points out the obvious that Batman's a fucking loser now. And no longer the great man he used to be that would go up on every night beating up senselessly criminals. Dressed as a bat. Because he hasn't done it in 12 years. But he thinks Alfred's being silly. Oh, I get it. All of that discipline training your body is like riding a bike. You never forget. Even though your muscle skills forget. The muscles on your body have muscle memory. Yeah, but you still have to train the muscle still to get back in shape, you know? It's just... It shouldn't be a walk in the park. It's not a walk in the park when he has to fight to hand-to-hand combat with Bane. Sure, he gets the job done when he has to fight people are like not as skilled as him or with his gadgets. But he's never ever fought anybody against his own odds until it comes to Bane, and he loses badly. This ain't the same Batman. This ain't the same Batman that like outsmarted a giant army of SWAT team and took them out all at once. Although, yeah, you know what? Wait. That wasn't a building. It wasn't we have used everything to his advantage in that building. Of course, he had Lucius Fox to help. Wait, he didn't need Lucius Fox to help take out the SWAT team. He didn't help him with this. You know, what I'm trying to say is Batman has lost his mojo as Batman and as Bruce Wayne. Although, due to the events of the Dark Knight, you question seeing that his trust fund of the days of being Batman has made his trust fund sink into the bottom financially. So he's kind of went broke at being Batman. And when he tried to stop Bane, he failed, and the internet took his money. Bane's gang. The police wanted, but he interfered because he couldn't step out because the police weren't getting it done. But you know, they probably would have gone to him eventually. Maybe, I don't know. But he didn't help things. He helped Bane because he took the scent off of Bane and onto him with the police. I guess it didn't occur to him that he's a more wanted fugitive than Bane is, and therefore more of a prize of money. Therefore, people will choose him over Bane instead of starting the real bad guy. They'll stop him. The dumbass out of water, and yeah. He might have saved the hostages and beat up a few goons, but he lost all of the money in his account now because he didn't let the cops take care of it. Because he finally finished what they were going to do, you know? Which was take everyone's money from the world, and now everyone's money is broke. Including Wayne, so yeah. And the police got him cornered, and he helicopters out of the corner with his sort of back propeller thing. Or I'm not sure it's supposed to be the back copter or bat wing. It's not really clear what version of the of this Batman's gadget is supposed to be in this universe. What it was supposed to be. It's never really called what it is. Could be, I don't know what it's called. Doesn't have a name. Then again, the Batmobile didn't have the name. The Batmobile went by the Tumbler, but we knew what it was once we saw us comic book fans of the Batman character, so at least that was me and Dad when I say we. So, no, so. This is, problem. Anyway. So this is a loose adaptation on Frank Miller limited comic series called Batman the Dark Knight Returns. The story of the Dark Knight. That's the third installment to the Christopher Nolan trilogy. You know, similar how Batman Begins was a loose adaptation off of Batman Year One, and The Dark Knight was a loose adaptation of Alan Moore's The Long Halloween. Remember that author, right? I don't know what this something involved. Because if you think it was Batman, I'm not sure he did The Long Halloween or not, okay? But Frank Miller, he did the other two comics, so Long Halloween was a loose adaptation. This is a loose adaptation of a Batman comic called Batman the Dark Knight Returns, which got into an anime DC movie eventually down the line, so. So, Batman gets defeated. Once he gets defeated by Bane, he climbs out of this hellhole that's basically a giant pit of leads into a little prison, and climbs out of the prison after failing multiple times, and tries it without the rope and succeeds, and meets Wish Gordon in Gotham. was in the bat suit, and while they're on the ice, in exile, middle of exile, and nobody's ever survived exile without falling straight through the ice. But Batman saves Gwen and everyone by taking out Bane's gang and lighting the fuse, and the fuse lights and going lights the fuse, and if trail fire leads to the bridge showing the bridge in Gotham showing the Batman symbol, showing that Batman's back. This leads to everyone to stop hiding, all the police to stop hiding and join Batman in the fight, along with Gwen and everyone else against Bane's men and Bane himself. Everyone's fighting Bane's men against the army versus army. Batman's fighting Bane himself, taking him head on, and trying to figure out where the trigger is by being senselessly and try to beat the answers out of him. Because he knows he would never give it to Warrior Civilian, and this one gets the drop of Bane. This girl that Bruce slept with one night stand that might have teased at forming some sort of relationship while also having this thing for a Catwoman who's a cat burglar but doesn't get the Catwoman name, but played by this time by Anne Hathaway instead of Halle Berry or Michelle Pfeiffer. We got a different Catwoman person playing Catwoman. And she looks very good in the Catwoman costume, not gonna lie, she looks very attractive, I think. And I like Catwoman costume, I like her in the role, and like the performance in this movie. Most of them, not really sure how I feel about. I'm kind of lukewarm on Bale as Batman. And the last two installments, when he's inside the cowl and outside the cowl. Actually, it's when he's in the cowl, because I think he does a much better Bruce Wayne than Batman consistently. When I say look, I have mixed feelings towards him as Batman, but I'm kind of barely like him as Batman, but not much. It's just one of the things why I like the movie more than the person in the role, you know? The main movie itself, so that's one of the movies we got. Bane's good in the movie, although for some reason Bane is fat. For some reason, instead of bulky and musculine, he's fat. With muscle. Well, I don't know. This is a character flaw design. I prefer to have Bane muscular than chubby. Lay off the pies, Tom Hardy. We don't need you to be the next Steven Seagal. The fat kind of Steven Seagal. Not the skinny kind, the one... No, I'm talking about the Steven Seagal now these days that's clearly borderline diabetic. This day, Steven Seagal. The old man one. The big fat man he is. In this movie, Tom Hardy's not that far off. He's one pie away. And 1 pound away for being fat man. A fat version of himself. Although he's kind of already there because he looks like he ate himself. Tom Hardy looks like he ate his own. He ate the skinny version, or the fit version of himself. That's usually lean and muscular. He looks like he ate that version of himself. And due to those actions, it made him borderline diabetes. It looks like, I'm done. So, what's the plot? Well, the plot is very convoluted, and I don't think it really matters to talk about the plot about this movie, because it's one of those plots, like, the more you try to think about it, the less it makes sense when you try to follow along the plot. But I'll tell you anyway. 12 years later, after the events of Dark Knight happened, Batman and Bruce Wayne are nowhere to be seen in the public eye. Everyone has pretty much forgotten about them and come with rumors of them. Each character's figures, public figures. And Wayne Manor and it was in Wayne Manor, he's now crippled and runs into Selina Kyle, who's the cat burglar, who steals his mother's pearls, who he falls in love with at first sight, pretty much, who he shares a dance with, and also a kiss by the third act, and they finally kiss and confess each other's love, and because they're both suckers, that's why they came back to help, so, because they love each other. Right before Batman takes off after saying there's no autopilot, and making a heroic sacrifice only to be later to reveal it is a cop-out for dramatic effect by Batman's effect. Planned by Batman, because he fixed the autopilot! Damn you, Batman! Because we find out Morgan Freeman found this out by this crew, this handyman crew. Once he blows up. Then we see Alfred at a table, dying and having his cup of morning tea, and he sees Batman and Selina on a date, and he goes and looks at them and smiles at them, and they smile back at each other. And Alfred finally had that dream that he wanted to see that Wayne made it, and he did. And he repaired the bat symbol on the he prepared the bat logo on the light that shines the symbol, the bat light. The bats. Oh. So I'm confused. Is he going to retire, or is he continuing and having more help now? I don't know. Confused I am. Maybe most people were. Why this was so divided among people when it came out. Kind of still is, but not as divided as they used to be, I guess, so. This is a confusing mess of a film. I mean, I still love it, but not because it's narrowly focused at all. In fact, it's quite dumb narrowly focused. Maybe it might be the most convoluted one and dumb narrowly focused out of the trilogy, but somehow it's better than The Dark Knight is. As a whole, I find. More engaging and more memorable, okay? I give this a 10 out of 10. The Dark Knight Rises. I like the movie at the end of the day, so subscribe to my channel. Give this video a thumbs up, please, and like this video. Get notified for all my videos, please. And, watch more of my videos under my link. And just click on it, so that would be my picture. Yeah. I like Tom Hardy's performance, though, still. Bye.